Hi, it's Chloe. Thank you for downloading the World Have Your Say podcast from the BBC. If you want more information and details of our terms of use, go to bbcworldservice.com/podcast. Enjoy the show.
And you're listening to World Have You Say. I'm Dan Damon. We're here in the University of Hargeisa. Where's that? It's in Somaliland, which, depending on your point of view, is part of Somalia or it's an independent state. Somaliland has declared independence in 1991, but their nation is still unrecognised by anybody else. And the big reason for us being here is to talk about the way Somalilanders have created a peaceful and working democracy. It's not perfect. We'll talk about some of the limits to press freedom during this half hour, I hope. But the clan system that broke down and brought chaos to Mogadishu and other parts of Somalia has been used to build a stable society here. So what's the difference between this and other places where Somalis live? Also, we'll talk about the Kenyan military operation in Somalia. Well, we will if you want to, because this is your programme. And also the future of the African Union military mission involving Ugandan, Burundian and Djiboutian soldiers. And you can reach us on Facebook, BBC World Have You Say, and also on Twitter. You know the form. And with me are four students here at Hargeisa University. It's recess time at the moment. I think it's lunchtime. With us, Nimo Osman, who is a law student. Nimo, you grew up in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Saudi Arabia. I born in Saudi Arabia. I grew up in Saudi Arabia. I raised in Saudi Arabia. So basically, yeah, I spent all my life in Saudi Arabia.
So why are you here?
Because my parents decided that it's time about to go back to our country. And
did you come back kicking and screaming, or were you happy to come back?
Yeah, basically I was crying. So I used to pray every single night to go back to Saudi Arabia, but now I just grown up, so I learned how to live in my country and love my country.
Omar Farah is here. He's an IT student. You're a computer geek, Somaliland version.
Actually, yes, we are. We learn in our university and a lot of things and we think that as long as there is education in our country, with our peace, we can develop our country to a better place. And like you see in our neighboring country in Somalia, they have a problem in their peace. So they have problem with their clients and those things, but we don't have those things. So we think that we can become better in the future, in the coming future, and we see it so close to us.
Mona Mohammed, you spent a lot of your time in Northampton in the UK. What brought you back here to Hargeisa?
Well, I came back because my parents decided to come back here, and they thought it was about time that we actually came back to our country. It's peaceful, so why not?
And when you knew that you were coming back, what did you expect? And when you got here, was it what you expected?
No, it wasn't actually. I was expecting more. It's not what I was expecting. I was expecting something worse. But I think when I came here and I actually got around to seeing it, I think it was a lot better than what I was expecting.
And Kara Fadal is here too, in the courtyard of the University of Hargeisa. You're an economics student, Kara, and you've never been away. You're here born and bred.
Yeah, I've been here since I was born here. I'm born here and I was raised here, and I am proud to be here, and I am proud to be the future economist of Somaliland, to take Somaliland from the economic crisis to the better world.
What is your message to those people who see pictures of Somalis suffering? What's your message from Somaliland?
Well, first of all, there's a huge gap between the perception of the other world about Somaliland as a no-go zone and the reality that Somaliland is both economically and politically stable and is attractive to maybe very many interesting investors in the other world. My message is to come to Somaliland and just see Somaliland with your own eyes, and see what has the people of Somaliland done since for over 20 years, and see the remarkable change that has taken place in every aspect.
Thanks so much indeed to our students. We'll hear much more from them soon. We want to hear from you too on Facebook, and Nuala McGovern is in London in the World Have Your Say studio. Nuala, are there comments coming in already?
There has been, Dan, all morning actually, and if you're just listening or tuning in, go to facebook.com/World Have Your Say. They can indeed call us as well, country code +44 20 70 83 72 72. Well, people are very interested in our students. Chris in California posted, how common is it for students to be able to attend university, and how many of the students plan on staying in Somaliland once they earn their degree versus going abroad for work?
Well, let's put some of those questions then to our students here. Nimo, Muna, Khara and Omar. Muna, you're here in the university, you're studying. What are you studying?
I study biochemistry.
Will you stay in Somaliland? Is there a future for a graduate in that degree here?
I think there is, because biochemistry, they work with the pharmaceutical companies and stuff. I think when it comes to the medicine side and the science side of Somaliland, it's not that advanced, so they need the people that have graduated to advance them into, like, take steps forward and help the country and put it out of misery. So I think there is like hope for me, like, to get a job here.
But you know what the West is like, don't you? Are you not tempted to go back? I'd have to ask you that. I mean, I know you're being loyal to your parents, to your country, but you know things are still tough here. Electricity's not reliable, the roads are dreadful.
Well, I can go back anytime that I want. I have enough time, so if I feel like going back, I mean, there's nothing stopping me. I can go back. So, but I don't think I'm going back anytime soon, so we'll just see what happens.
Omar,
Yes.
do you want to go west?
Well, actually, we would like to. If we are seeking to continue our education for a mastering after we have finished our degree, and as you know, I'm in senior level, and I'm finishing now. So I'm graduation. So I'm thinking whether if I continue my knowledge and seek for my master and go to West, or search for a job in my country. We, as in our university, we don't teach ourselves how to search for jobs or opportunity. We learn how to create jobs of chance.
Khara Fadal, you're an economics student. Is there a job for you here?
Yeah, I'm now working in a social research institute, and I'm at the same time studying. So I will not have any plans to go outside except to further continue my studies. Yeah.
Let me ask you about the violence, which is south, but sometimes comes here. There have been bombs here. Are you afraid of what's happening in the south? Let me ask you, Una.
Yeah, I think what's happening in South, like, it's so disastrous. It's so hard for us to hear that there are children dying, there are people dying there. But in the same time, we are hoping and praying that in the South that there are going to be someday peace there. And we also thank God that we have that kind of peace, that they are searching for it in Somaliland, and that we are very proud that we have worked for that kind of peace in Somaliland. So basically, yes, I'm praying, and we are terrifying from the bombing and shooting and everything there. But alhamdulillah, yes, we have that kind of peace that they are searching in Somaliland, and I'm proud of that.
Well, that was Muna. Nimo, what's your view about the violence?
Well, I think it's horrible. I mean, if you sort of think about it, the only times that they bombed is lately was the graduate students, and then it was the students that we've been taken away to Turkey so they can go to uni. But I think it's putting Somalia back from its development, and it's having a really big effect on all of us, not just the ones in the south, but also the ones here in the north. I mean, we just pray it gets better, and hopefully we can get past all this and make a good country.
Omar, what do people your age say about Al-Shabaab?
Well, actually, we think Al-Shabaab movement are illegal people, and we see them that they should be eliminated, because they have wrong ideas about our religion, Islam. They are saying that all people that are not in our movement are infidels and enemies, and that they have to be killed. So I think that I see them maybe mad, or something like they don't have any idea about the religion, the true religion of our Islam. So we like for them to disappear from all of the country in Somalia.
Khadar, Have you been, anybody tried to recruit you into a militant operation?
Oh, hell no. No, I have never been to. So I would say all the victims that have Al-Shabaab claimed is as young men and women like me who are very ambitious, who want to achieve peace and prosperity. So I would say if they, God forbid, attempt me to recruit me, I would never have gone there, and because I witness every day the consequences of the youth they have recruited, and I see on my own eyes or maybe on the news, because Somaliland and Somalia, this is just it's not a long distance to know what's happening on the other side of Somalia. So I know the consequences and what the harm they have on the youth, like me.
Muna, you were in Northampton in the UK quite a long time, and there are stories of young men coming from communities like that. I have no idea if any of them came from Northampton, but there are people going to Al-Shabaab training camps inside Somalia who have grown up like you in the West. Do you have any understanding what's going through their minds?
I actually have no idea what's going through their minds. I don't understand how you could join something that is so against our religion, so against our culture. People that are going to go around killing the students and, our people, our children, who are going to put our country forward. These militant groups, they're against the country being developed, because they believe if the country is developed, it's just going to go and join the West, and they're against the whole Western culture and the Western religion. So I have no idea really what's going through their minds.
Nima, ask Muna a question about South Africa, about Saudi Arabia, sorry, not her, because you grew up in Saudi Arabia, that's right. Ask her a question about what life was like in Saudi Arabia and how it differs from what was in Northampton as a young woman.
I would say, how is it different religious-wise? I grew up with lots of white people, hardly any black people, but religion-wise, I haven't strayed away from my religion. But what is it like for her to be in a country that's 100% Muslim throughout her whole life?
Well, I have to say that I enjoy living there. So, yes, the most perfect thing in Saudi Arabia is about religion. That you're basically born and raised on religion. So you came back. I came back to Somaliland that I can read Quran. I memorized the whole Quran, alhamdulillah. And the best thing is that no one is judging you that you are a Muslim. Like in West, I know that back in England, that people may judge you that you are a Muslim, but in Saudi Arabia it's so different that nobody will judge you that you are a Muslim, that you are praying, that you are wearing hijab. Nobody can judge you. Nobody can look you that you are like alien or something. So, yeah, in religion perspective, Saudi Arabia is the best country to live.
And why don't you ask Nimo about growing up in Northampton? Did you wear hijab in Northampton?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Oh, I didn't think that. Because I know that you can wear hijab, but I know in the same time that people are going to judge you that you are wearing hijab, and they're going to say, why are you covering yourself? Why are you covering your body? Or why are you praying? Why women can't shake man's hand? You know what I mean? So I know you can live that it's West and it's liberal and you can do whatever you want, but in the same time, Muslims are being like, after 11 September, Muslims are being like, oh, okay, you're a Muslim, so you can bomb me. Seriously. So I know it's a place that you can live, but in the same time, I know that I would never feel comfort back there.
Hannah, let me ask you about your life here. You grew up here, didn't you? So it's a town that I said was calm but a bit crazy. There's a lot of things missing here for a young person growing up. How do you enjoy yourself? What kind of fun do you have?
Well, actually, yes. In one sense, youth do not have the recreation and the sports and entertainment that makes them busy. But actually, I would say for Somaliland youth, what makes them busy is education. And also studying religion, as the ladies mentioned, because reading the Quran, going to the mosque, going to school, and maybe working at the same time makes my day. So I would say I would not seek for any other recreation apart from what I have. There's also sports going on here. Students play football, some go to gym, and also we spend some time friends with the tea shops. Maybe in the Fridays I go to where my friends gather, and I spend with them some time to get some recreation and maybe refreshment. So that's how my day goes in Hargeisa. So I enjoy it, actually. I really enjoy it, being here. So my schedule is quite well set.
Una McGovern at the World Have You Say studio. What are the questions coming in there?
Well, lots coming in, some by tweets, which you can tweet us using the hashtag WHYS. But Mamta used our Facebook page, facebook.com/World Have Your Say. She says, can you please tell us the status of women there? Do they enjoy freedom in what they want to do and what they wear? And do they get to have a say about their life and the way that they want to live it? And Obinna in Nigeria had something similar for the students. He wanted to know whether they have complete freedom to go out and date boys or girls. So looking for a little bit of the social aspects in life in Somaliland.
Muna?
Yeah, I think like in Somaliland, women are free to do in the territory. Don't cross the territory. What I mean is that yes, you can enjoy your life, you can wear whatever you want, yeah, but in the same time don't cross the red territory, which is don't do anything which is against your religion, against your culture, against you, against your parents, basically. So yeah, women enjoy basically a lot of freedom. They can talk to guys, yeah, we can talk to guys, we can handshake them to the guys, yeah, it's okay. In the same time, yeah, we can date guys, it's okay. Like it's okay if your parents accept that you have to date the guy.
Omar, we had to get to the dating question, didn't we? So tell us.
I see. And dating question, I think that our country has the same freedom in other countries. It's normal that boys and girls have meetings, have dates in anywhere they want, because we are not very strict in our in our religion. We understand, we respect our religion, but we don't think that we have to push hard on our youth to deny them from the normal daily life, by having friendships with other people, like if they have different sex, if they are girls or men, if it's normal, it's like a normal friendship. We don't think that it's hard or wrong to make a dating with other sex.
I just wanted to ask you about freedom of a different kind, because there are plenty of newspapers here. Sometimes journalists get into trouble, don't they? They get arrested.
Well, I'm a journalist too, so I know a lot about how freedom works here in Somaliland. I would say Somaliland media, and which accommodates a large number of women also, has 100% freedom. Although there were some incidents that the journalists have been arrested, but the call from the public and from the people releases them. So what releases them from the jail is the call from the people. Is the cry from the call from the public saying, do not let the media freely express their ideas. So there is no single journalist that has been arrested who remains in the jail maybe more than a month. That's the fact. So we have a lot of women in the media. Regarding the question which was asked by the tweet, we have a lot of media ladies. We have ministers who are women. We have teachers and lecturers in the university who are women. We have meeting because the classes, the co-education is implemented here. So we are studying together, sitting side by side. But about the dating, we practice the halal dating, not anything else. Yeah.
What is that exactly?
Well, the Somaliland youth have a great respect for the culture and the religion. So I would say halal dating is something that's along the boundaries of the culture and the Islamic religion. So if the guy wants to maybe date with the girl or with the woman he wants, the intention should be to marry that lady. So unless you're ready for marriage, you should not get tempted.
He's absolutely right. If you're gonna date me, you have to think that you're gonna marry me. So yeah, I do agree with him. But sometimes there's the intention to marry the girl, but there's also circumstances that can force the guy don't marry the girl. For instance, that they don't have the same idea or something. But his intention at the first was to marry the girl, of course.
Well, I think some people do have the intention of marrying the girl in their mind, but I think the other half actually just want to date a girl, and then after a while, you know what, I'm done with her, I'm going to move on. I think that's straying away from our religion and our culture. So I think what he's saying is that we should stick to the halal dating.
Yes, me too. I see the same view of my friend here, because with marriage you have to make a dating with other girls. So it's the same. There's a connection between this issue. So if you really want to date a girl, you have to put in your mind that this girl is your future wife, and that's all.
Look, you've just got a few seconds left each, and I wanted to ask you just to give a message. What's the one thing about being Somali that's good, and what's the one thing that's bad in the climate that is now, where most people think Somali means you're in trouble?
Actually, I see, and I want to send a message to the world that that there's a question why other people think that we are Somali, that we are a part of Somalia. They have to know, all of them, that we are an independent country called Somaliland, and we are not a state of Somalia. They have to know that, and they also have to know that we are free people. We're not like our brothers in Somalia.
I think that what I want to let the world to know about Somalia is that we are a free country, we are a democratic country. We had regained our independence in 1991 after we have united with Somalia in 1960. And that we are proud that we are a democratic country who have made its own referendum, who have its own constitution, who had made election for 3 times, where we enjoy, alhamdulillah, the democracy which most countries, our African countries, are seeking.
Well, I think that for people to actually think bad of Somaliland is not so good. I mean, they might not be recognized as an independent country, but otherwise the people agree that they are an independent country. They have peace, the people all agree on it, and I think if people think it's an awful place, they should come here and then see for themselves.
Well, I would say, as a young Somalilander, my responsibility is to bridge the gap between the perspective of the other world and the reality on the ground here in Somaliland. I would say to them, Somaliland is peaceful, prosperous, ready for development, is hosting you if you're willing to come here. I personally will host maybe 10 to 15 people to my own house to come and witness what's happening here. So I would say to them, come here, witness what's going on, and do not mistaken the names. The names should not deceive you. Somaliland is 100% different from Somalia. I would say to them, I would be your host. Come and join us.
Look, thank you so much. Khadra Fadl, who's going to have a busy time, I think, if people take I don't know how many thousands, millions of people are listening to you, but some of them are on their way. Omar Farah, thanks. Muna Mohammed, who grew up in the UK, but is very happy, she said, to be here. And Nima Osman, law student who grew up in Saudi Arabia. Thank you all very much indeed. Thank you for listening to us. Of course, you can keep your comments coming, and there's more World Have Your Say later here on the BBC World Service.
Schnell angezogen.